Yo, what's going on, guys? JBH here, and welcome to another brand new series where today we're kicking off the 2018 Formula One World Championship right here on F1 2017. Now, first thing you probably notice is this looks a little bit different to the normal F1 2017, and that's because we're playing on the PC. So one of the benefits about playing on the PC is that you can download sort of third-party modifications to the game, of which some awesome human has gone out and created a full 2018 mod to the game. So we've got all the new drivers, all the new liveries, all the new logos. I mean, this basically looks and feels like F1 2018 just in the in last year's game. So before we get into today's action, which will be the qualifying session, so we're going to run the qualifying session and then we'll run the race tomorrow for the Australian Grand Prix. But before we get into that, we're just going to kick off our career mode. So I'll take you through some of the features in that. So again, this is probably looking a little bit different to the normal F1 2017. So this year I'm going to go with Williams Martini Racing. We're going to be racing alongside Lance Stroll. There's no real reason as to why I chose Williams. I just don't really want to be a bandwagoner and go with Red Bull or Ferrari or Mercedes. So for the most part, we'll be seeing how we go with a slightly slower car. Alright, full qualifying, formation lap on, all this manual 50% race distance, so half of what it is in real life. Full difficulty, flashbacks off, park firmé on, damage full, safety car on. I'm going to leave that to strict for right now when it comes to corner cutting, but yeah, I'll see how that is in the actual session. Alright, formation lap on, start to manual, and all of this is off as realistic as possible. Alright, down to the land down under for round one. Oh wow, this is new. Oh, I think it's Claire Williams. I don't know. I think that's her name. Oh, wow.
Yes, and I respect that.
This is nice.
But my client has a championship to
Oh,
contest.
it's Melbourne,
So if you want our participation, I'm afraid the concessions are mandatory.
as the Americans say.
Yes, that's fine. Get back to me when you can. Goodbye.
Far out. Man, they have come a long way with these games.
The contract.
No, they don't.
Anyway, thanks for coming by on such short notice.
You're welcome.
To cover a couple of quick things with you before you race.
10-4.
Firstly, as requested, there's a copy of your contract. It's a rolling deal. However, the team reserves right of termination if you fail to meet performance standards.
What?
Your second driver for now, but
my character's paying like 20 million a year for this shit.
I'll be able to sweeten the deal.
Yeah, fucking oath you will.
I'm also looking to get you into some invitational events throughout the season. The experience and exposure from these will be great for your image. Plus, you'll get to drive some nice historic cars.
Alright, I suppose that's alright.
Go get ready for the next session. And good luck.
Okay. Oh wow, what's this? Dear Jose, new contract, Williams, blah 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 blah, to work on alright, yeah, that's pointless. Oh wow, that's quite fancy. Now I have been to the Melbourne Grand Prix once, back in the V8 era, and I must admit, it is pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome track. It's definitely one of my favourite F1 tracks on the calendar. So, definitely love watching it on TV. It's just such a good race to have as the first race of the year. Alright, laptop. Career wash off track. Okay. Alright. Mixed conditions, communication, blah blah blah. So you can see there, that's all my information. Okay, so this is the new sort of stuff. Wow, you only get 4 of all of this? My god. So I think there's like 20 odd races on the calendar, so we'll basically just go through one every 5 races, I suppose. Gearbox, 4 of those as well. Can't be riving her tits off. Alright, that's the weekend allocation, so I just went with balanced. I don't know what the difference is right now on this track, but anyway, so we're going to skip forward to qualifying right now. I'm not going to go through the whole practice because that'll go forever and no one wants to watch that. So I'll go through practice, see how fast we can get this Williams F1 car, and we'll see where we end up in practice 3, or end up setup wise for the qualifying session. Alright, let's get this thing going.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. Looking at this field today, Ants, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance, maybe run the harder of the available compounds and save some of the grippy tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
We don't need to push too hard in this session. We should have the pace to qualify easily.
Alrighty, here we go. First qualifying session of the year in Formula 1 here in Q1 at the Melbourne Grand Prix circuit. So just about to head out on our first sort of flying lap. I'm not going to screw about today. We're just going to go straight onto the Ultra Soft. I mean, the chances of me getting into Q3 are probably the same as what my chances are of winning the lottery. So we'll do our best. We've been pretty average in practice, I'm not going to lie. Just can't quite get the pace out of this Williams car. We'll get better throughout the season when we get new upgrades and whatnot, but as of right now, I don't know how we're going to go this weekend. We actually didn't end up too bad in practice 3. We were 14th in the end, so I mean, it's not as high as we'd like, but traditionally the Williams hasn't been too good here as in last year's race. The Williams seem to prefer the straights, well, the tracks with longer straights, so definitely see how we can get the best out of it here, but I don't expect anything big. Alright, so we're just going to go straight out on track, set our first flying lap.
All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
Our first 2 flying laps. But yeah, this one should be interesting. So if you're familiar with F1 2017, you'll probably notice that I'm quite zoomed in on the cockpit view. And that's mainly due to the fact that I decided to change the field of view. I didn't like how sort of zoomed out it was. So I decided to zoom in a bit. Or move the camera forward, I should say. I mean, I've driven all sorts of open wheel cars in my real life career and just felt so far away. I couldn't see my apexes properly, and yeah. So Melbourne, they run the race and qualifying session right at the end of the day, like I'm talking 4 or 5 p.m. I think it's actually 5 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's due to the European time zone. So in Europe you can sort of get up and watch the race early in the morning if you're keen enough. But here, it means that it's really late in the afternoon, and as you can see, there are shadows everywhere, which is a driver's worst nightmare. You definitely don't want shadows covering some of the major sort of braking zones, because it really does screw with your head. Just warming up the Ultra Softs here slowly. Then we'll hit up our first lap, trying to get in some space. Alright, here we go. First flying lap of the year. Let's make it a good one. was a good first sector, good second sector, but definitely lost a bit in the third. Alright. How much fuel we got left? So I'm going to cool the tyres off and then have one more crack after this lap. Yeah, definitely first sector was good, second sector was good. Well, it wasn't good, but it was sort of a banker lap. I wasn't pushing too hard there. But we'll have a really hard go at this second lap, and then we'll come in and put another set of ultra softs on for the final sort of 5 minutes.
You've dropped to P10.
So you can see we've dropped to P10 already. Out for cars on their flying laps. Alright, here we go. Alright, take two. Took a bit too much curb. Managed to get away with that.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. Need to sort of nail this left right. This can make or break a lap. Yeah, it was alright, could have been better. Missed the first apex a little bit. Ah, too much curve. Definitely better. Look, half a second. 25.4. That'll put us a couple of positions up. I don't think I'm going to be able to go much quicker than that, but there were a couple of times that I got too greedy with the curbs and sort of bounced me around too much, so we'll go back and have another crack at it later on. Just change this fuel down. Probably only need standard mix anyway. Wow, the left side tyres really do take a bit of a beating around here. So yeah, I think, I can't remember, is it top 16 have to... from 16th onwards go out? I can't even remember, I couldn't tell you. Oh yeah, it's top 15 go through, sorry, to Q2. So we're sitting in 11th right now, however there's probably a lot of quicker times to come. Up to P12, 12th position on the grid.
Yeah, my goal is to make it into Q2. Alrighty, so we'll park it up, wait till sort of 5 minutes to go, and go back out and see if we can better it. I don't think, if we are going to better it, I don't think it's me by much, but yeah,
definitely don't quite have the pace in Melbourne.
This year will mark the Russian Grand Prix's 4th year at Sochi. I'm sure Max Verstappen will be hoping for some wet weather today. Certainly.
Alright, let's see where we are. Yeah, I knew it. Fucking hell. 25.4 and we're still 2.27 seconds off. Man.
Our best lap so far is a 1:25.4.
See, Stroll is struggling a lot more than what we are, though. That's quite interesting to see. Huh. Alright. Go through the TV feed. So we got 7 minutes, so wait another 2 minutes, then we'll go back out and have another crack.
We're lower in the running order than we thought we'd be. We need to find some time.
Alrighty, let's get going. See if we can make it into Q2. Let's try them out.
Engine fired. We're set.
Yeah, it's gonna take some serious lap to make it into Q2 in this car. I mean, you can take these curbs. I'm starting to realize that they're not quite as harsh as what they are in real life. Like in real life, they just throw you. Well, I mean, I can't say I've never driven an F1 car around here, but on TV you can tell that when they hit a curb and it just sort of makes the rear squabble around too much on the exit. But I think on here, being a video game, they've made it a little bit more sort of, what's the word? A little bit safer for the user. So you can sort of clobber them and get away with it. But I don't want to make it a bad habit because it's not the most realistic thing in the world. Alright, here we go. Come on. This has to be a good one. Oh no, we've been compromised. Fuck. Alright, backing out of that one. Get one more flyer. Car behind.
The line is behind you. Their best lap time is a 1:25.4.
Oh, still says Verline. I was hoping it'd give me their car on track behind, but oh well. Alright, here we go. Make it into Q2. Still too much curb.
Seconds left in the session.
Ah, screwed up the gear change onto the straight. Will it be quick enough? Yes! Yes! Awesome. We made it. I just screwed up that gear change, double shifted coming onto the straight. But we are into Q2. Awesome. So with that lap we knock out Pierre Gasly. Lance Stroll is way down in 20th. I don't know why the Williams car is so slow, but I mean we do have an external sort of third-party mod, but I did just go and test this earlier because I was quite slow in practice, so I went and changed it to, well, I went and ran a race with another car around here, well, just a practice session to see if the Williams was slow, even with just 2 AI drivers in there, and it was fine. So I think it's just, I don't know, maybe something with the career mode that makes your car start out a lot slower. But anyway, we are into Q2, so we will now go and, well, we're only going to have one set of tyres for Q2, so it's basically just going to be a massive blast to the finish, but yes, I'm so happy we made it into Q2. That was my goal, was to get into Q2 today, and we've done it, so goal number 1 is achieved on this season. And we actually weren't even 15th, we were 14th, so managed to get ahead of, I can't remember who it was, but I think it may have been Hartley. Alright, Q2 now. So we're only going to have one set of tyres, so I'm just going to wait till the sort of the last 5 minutes and go and hammer out 2 quick flying laps. So yeah, that should be interesting to say the least. What I'm going to do now is just going to fast forward a little bit, so we're not waiting here for 3 hours. As you can see, Kimi Raikkonen 24.0. Time seems slower in this second session, that's interesting. Alright, so 5 minutes left. Right now, we need a 20... wow, all we need is a 25.9 to get into Q3. I don't know if this session's just a lot slower or what, but it's weird. Definitely not going to get anywhere near a 24, but a 25, mid-25 would be an awesome lap. Righty, so we'll go on to that second set of tyres. Yep.
Okay, remember that the way the car handles is all about weight transfer. When you brake, the centre of mass moves forward. When you accelerate, it moves rearward. And when you turn, it is pushed to the outside of the car. More load on each tyre equals more grip. So make sure you're smooth with the controls to prevent the weight transfer from becoming too violent. All personnel be...
Physics 101. Alright, so Q2. We're only going to have 2 laps. Gotta make it count. Visually see that the track is definitely more sort of hampered by the sun as it's gone further and further down. There's shadows everywhere. Wow, 22.9, fucking hell. Alright, now the times are coming down. Alright, here we go. We're going to get 2 laps to have a go at this thing. Oh, what am I doing? Come on, frame rate. Ah, my god, no, fuck. Alright, I'm gonna have to abandon this lap. Fuck. I think we actually slightly caught the fence, but it hasn't done any damage, I don't think. That's fine. Fuck. Just that freaking... There's this massive sort of, like, curb, well, it's small, but it's big, and if you just stick your right rear on it, coming off of that sort of right then left, it just completely throws you out. Alright, so now we're only going to have one hot lap at this thing. Just make sure it feels on max. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. A much better run onto the straight than the last time. I missed the curb there, bugger. Sorry, I missed the apex, I should say. God, really screwed this lap up. Far out. That was a horrible lap. Still 25.5. Wow, oh my gosh, we were actually 11th in the end. Wow, so we almost got in. So if I had made that lap half decent. Yeah, no, we were still 4/10 away from Ocon, but yeah, I don't know what happened there. I just did not get it right. Alright, so there's our thing. Woohoo! 2-0. Alright, that's alright.
Hi, it's Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Finish in 9th. Well, that's certainly doable. I mean, we are going to have brand new tyres. Everyone else in front of us is going to have sort of one session old tyres. I guess if that makes any sort of difference. Yeah, no, for the most part, that is all we've got time for today. Alright, guys, thanks for tuning in to this qualifying session. We'll be back tomorrow with, of course, the first race of the year in Formula 1 here on, well, F1 2017/2018, whatever you want to make of it. Alright, guys, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, I will catch you later.